Good morning, gang. Happy Friday. Here we are, T+3 at this point to Trump being president elect. It's interesting watching the meltdowns, not just of the media. You figured they were going to go crazy because they've hitched their wagon to the Democrat Party come hell or high water. Okay. Doesn't matter. Ham sandwich. We think we should elect that over a Republican. That's just the way the liberal media works. But the American public is a little different. And it's time as a whole, I'm not just talking about conservatives or Democrats, I'm talking about all of us. It's time we toughen up a little bit. You know, after 30 years of participation trophies, after at least a decade of toxic masculinity, or at least the claims thereof, and God knows what else, it's about time we put on our big boy and big girl panties and get on with life. You see all the, again, meltdowns by TikTokers and YouTubers and whomever. Oh my God, he's a convicted rapist. No, he's not. He's a convicted felon. No, he's not. A misogynist, a racist. He's Hitler. Stop listening to the mainstream media and being a parrot. I'm just going to say that. Okay. Go look at it. He's such a sexist. He just appointed the first woman ever as his chief of staff. And no, he didn't do it for DEI reasons like Kamala Harris wound up the VP. He made her chief of staff because she was the one who ran his campaign so effectively. He's the first president in 125 years and only the second president in history ever to win a second term, not consecutively. That's a comeback. Y'all have heard the stories of the comebacks and everything like that. But where I say we need to toughen up, have you seen some of the reactions here lately? Georgetown and Harvard. Oh, we have safe spaces with coloring books and crayons, milk and cookie hour, self-meditation rooms, so you can overcome the trauma of Trump winning on Tuesday. Harvard canceled classes in 3 different departments, at least, so the students and the teachers could mourn the loss. Come on, get over it. I want to give you one little thing here, Harvard, Georgetown, TikTok whiners, whatever it is. Those of us that are conservative have spent 12 of the last 16 years living under a Democrat president. Guess what? We made it. We weren't happy about it. We bitched about it, no question. We watched the incompetence on parade from Barack Obama and Joe Biden left and right. But we didn't withhold sex from our spouses for 4 years, which is another thing that the Democrats are proclaiming they're going to do. We pulled up by our bootstraps, went back to work, and said, we're going to get through this by hook or by crook. Did we make changes? Oh, yeah. The amount of people that are raising their own food, getting off the grid, doing whatever it is to be self-sufficient during the Obama catastrophe and the Biden catastrophe exploded. It used to be 15 years ago that preppers were considered tinfoil hat wearing wackos. Now we're the mainstream. And it's not because all of a sudden people realized, gee, you know what? Something bad could happen. It's like, no, people realized, oh my God, something bad had happened. We had an out of control government. both sides, who spent money like it was water, who put America last, who taxed us to the hilt, who borrowed so much money that they drove inflation to levels we haven't seen in 50 years. And people decided, some of us, we're going to take matters in our own hands to do the best we can for our family. We didn't whine about, gee, we need to triple our pay, i.e. the minimum wage wanting to go from $7 an hour, $7.25 to $20 an hour. No, we went out and figured it out on our own how we could navigate the catastrophe that was Barack Obama and Joe Biden. For the left, if you think Donald Trump is going to be catastrophic, that's your right. That's your opinion. We'll disagree with you, just like you disagreed with us, vice versa. Do something about it. Stop whining. You have the ability to go out and do exactly what we did. Take care of yourself. It's called personal responsibility. Stop being like the Democrat Party and pointing fingers and blaming somebody else, and do something about it. Sure, I don't control how much money our government, both sides, pisses away sending to Ukraine. I do have to control how much money I spend in the grocery store, or how much money I spend with the electric company, or how much money I spend at the gas station. I have control over that. It's time we start taking care of ourselves and stop worrying about somebody else. This cradle-to-grave mentality of liberals has got to end. You take a look at America's standing in this world, okay? What the rest of the world thinks about us. And it's pretty disheartening. I want you to look at this here real quick, okay? This is a list of a lot of countries, not all of them, obviously, okay, and what the favorability, unfavorability is of the United States. I just want you to look at this for a second. I want to go through it. If you look at the countries that have the most favorable opinion of us, okay, where are they coming from? East Asia, Africa, Europe's kind of in the middle. The Middle East, but very unfavorable of us. Start thinking about that. If the people are unfavorable, have an unfavorable view of the United States, they want to attack us. The ones that have a favorable view, they're the ones trying to come here. You can talk about all the migration into Europe. It doesn't hold a candle to the migration into the United States. If this country is so bad, why do so many people want to come here? And don't say it's because of the Biden policies. No, it's because their countries suck. The U.S. isn't perfect. Not under a Republican leadership, not under a Democrat leadership. We're all human. Jesus Christ has yet to win an election. Okay. Where we are, we as a whole need to grow as people, need to get a set, as it's called, and do what's right. Stop blaming everybody else for your lot in life. Sure, other people may have caused some of the problems you face, no question, okay? But it's your responsibility to navigate the waters around those landmines or whatever. You can easily figure out ways to Grow your own food. Cut your budget. Drive less. Cancel useless subscriptions. Television be one of them. Okay. You can make your own lunch at home. You don't have to go to a restaurant every day for when you go to work. You could take your own coffee. And you'd be amazed how much of a difference that makes in your life. But no, we're too worried about the image that we have to portray. I'll tell you this, you can go spend $30 on a pair of tennis shoes at Walmart, and they'll last you just as long as that $300 pair of Nikes that you can buy. Even if it only lasts half as long, fine. Buy two, you're out $60, not $300. Gee, I'm sorry you don't have the little swoosh on your shoe. You don't have to shop at Bloomingdale's or something. You can shop at JCPenney. You can shop at Target. People can make this what they want. The ones that are whining, oh my God, Trump's going to destroy the United States. Really? Did he do it last time? No. He's got a track record of what he's done, how he's going to do it. Okay? And unless somebody's sticking their head in the sand, there's not a single person in this country, other than maybe criminals, who can say their life was worse during the Trump era than it was during Barack Obama or Joe Biden. The Democrats want to be the party of cradle to grave, make a decision. Barack Obama came out and said, out of his own mouth, and I wish I could still find the clip, that the American public is not smart enough to make decisions for themselves, that they need government to make decisions for them. There isn't much more of an insult that anybody could get than for somebody to come up and go, you're too stupid to know to wipe your ass after you take a dump. Okay? We need to be self-sufficient, self-dependent, self-respected, and move forward. We need to grow a pair. We don't need Big Brother telling us what we can do, when we can do, and where we should go. Anything like that. Nothing. Okay? We don't need that. It's time we get back to that sense of self-reliance. It's time we got that sense of self-confidence as a whole going, I don't give a damn what's standing in front of me. I'm getting to the top of that mountain. For 200 years, that was the mentality that this country had, that they weren't going to let anything stop them. Go back to World War II. You had men, young men, lying about their age, saying they were 18 when they weren't, so they could join the military, so they could go fight Hitler or Hirohito. That was how much they wanted to do it. Now, we have 80% of this population who couldn't even pass an ASVAB, the entrance exam, pass a drug test, pass a criminal background check, or pass weight standards to serve this country. We've lost our dignity. We need to get it back. Some of us still have that can-do attitude. That's going to be the biggest challenge. Not for the politics or the politicians, but for the population to go, I may not like who's in charge, but I can do something to make my life better regardless of what they decide. And liberals, that's what we've been doing for 12 of the last 16 years. And guess what? While the liberals destroyed the economy, ran up the national debt, got us into God knows how many wars, I'm still here. and I'm thriving. I survived your reign of terror. Now it's our turn to say, let us show you a different way. And maybe in a couple of years, unless your head is too clouded, too fuzzy, too empty, to look back and go, is my life better now than it was? Depending on the effort you put into it, don't blame Trump for everything, and don't give him credit for everything. But start taking some personal responsibility to make your own life better. You don't like how much money you make? Go find a better job. It's what we all did. You don't like where you live? Move. It's what we all did. You don't like who's running your city, your town, your county, your state? Run for office. That's what we all did. We wanted to make change. We did. You want to make change. Stop blaming everybody else and do something for yourself for a change. Pinball out.